Not all cards have 3D. There's a selection of them that don't. I wish they gave international content producers both the card in their language and in English so we didn't need to read awful Reddit translations. I agree with that, Beetle. That would be a good one. What do you think of sleeves and 3D cards? I think sleeves and 3D cards are awesome. I think in a perfect world, Magic Arena should make a majority of its money from cosmetics, and the actual game should be cheap to play and be competitive in. That, regardless of if you like the cosmetics or not, you should want them to be a success because they should make the game cheaper overall. If they're making the you know, the lion's share of the money off of cosmetics, the actual just playing the game can afford to be cheaper. All right, anywho, we have Mardu Aristocrats here. So again, I've played a lot of black-white Aristocrats on this stream. This list's actually very close to the black-white list we played a bunch of, so I'm excited to give it a try. We have a very, very small red splash for both Judith and Angrath the Flame Chain, which I think are both, like, pretty reasonable Magic cards to splash into here. We also have a couple of Chupacabra up here at the top end. Let's go ahead and dive into some matches and see how it feels. Wombat Combat, checking in for the 8th month. Thank you very much and welcome back. I appreciate it. Do you want some Tecatli in the sideboard? I don't know. Like, Tecatli's pretty okay against, Sultai, but at the same time, in my experience, like, the Sultai matchup's not terrible for this archetype, and Angrath is also another good card for Sultai. So I'm kind of willing to try it without Tecatli to start and see how it feels. My friend mentioned how they were going to spend $1,000 because paper is going to be expensive with all the new Planeswalkers, and I'm like, yeah, I'm going to spend $250 to get the whole set at Arena. Right, Jay Miller? Right? Yep, yep, yep. That is a pretty good draw. It is not as good as our other one-drop Hunted Witnesses against the white aggro deck, but still pretty reasonable. Judith's going to be pretty great here. Midnight Reaper, notably not fantastic against aggressive decks just because he does hammer our health total. I was happy with the Vendilion clicks in the Vanifier deck we played this morning. I like the changes. All right, defense. Defense. I thought it went really great, Matt. Again, it has nothing to do with the record. The record of the league is irrelevant. Whether or not the deck went well is just completely meaningless compared to the record of the deck. I'd Blackheart, checking in for the 3rd month in a row. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Have an elephant here, or do we have a Conclave Tribunal? All right. I would like to trade for your Sky Marcher. Do I want to trade for your Sky Marcher? They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They have to add 3 permanents to the battlefield to lift off next turn. Do I want to block to prevent liftoff? I think it's unlikely that they hit the City's Blessing next turn. I have 2 pets rich. They just go to daycare during the day, and they do occasionally make appearances on the stream. Man, that's brutal. Alright, what am I supposed to do here? What am I supposed to do here? They're probably lifting off next turn and turning these into huge things. Think I'm supposed to Seraph here. Convoke spells are really busted. They are 100% the reason why this white deck is so good. Alright, Houston, we have liftoff. Think I just need to trade here. If there's anybody from Wizards out there, I want you to know I love the alternate art things, but it's disappointing that my tokens aren't also full art. Make my token special if my card is special. Dang it. They kind of still don't have good attacks here, right? Yeah. I have 1, 2, 3, 4... And they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 attackers. So if I play this, I take at least 3 inside of combat. And then I take 3 to... Do I play Judith as a Forked Bolt? And do I want to draw a card for doing it? I think the answer is yes on both accounts. Yeah, second Judy would have messed them up if they hadn't hit the Marshal. Cast Electrolyze. Yep. Hate that, the truth. That's the game, unfortunately. So good top decks by my opponent there. The Tribunal into the Marshal into the removal spell. That's how it goes sometimes. I'd love to get some Mortifies in my deck. Kaya's great. Craving's great. Lyra's great. Midnight Reaper is exceptionally bad. Hey, Zintoth, thanks for the tip. Hope you're having a great Monday. As per Party Bus needs to show up on time tomorrow. Sounds good. So I've got 5 more cards I need to cut here. Is it crazy to cut Chupacabra here? I feel like I kind of want to drag my curve down a little bit. That doesn't seem unreasonable. I get that the random removal spell's okay, but... Part of me wonders if I actually have room for Kaya. So I feel like it's either this can go or this... Oh, do these not... Do the AAs not pop up an image when I mouse over them? They make this weird noise, but they don't actually pop up an image? Weird. Yeah, Taker's text box isn't super meaningful. That's true. Nah, I don't think so, Chew. I think it's just a little bit too slow and clunky. Next season, we have a 2-mana kind of Poison Tip Archer style card that'll be much more practical. In a deck almost similar to this one. I spoiled a Blood Artist style card that's black-white 2-drop. This hand's, like, absurd if it draws red source into 4th land. Oh, how many lands are in this build? There's only 24, aren't there? Yeah, there's only 24. I think I have to mulligan this. I think I'm gonna add a land after this match. Scryfall.com will have a credible spoiler list on it. I'm just gonna pass here. No, it's not about rage adding land, it's just about basic mathematics. Decks that want to curve out to 4 and 5 should probably have 25 lands in them. Nothing to do with rage, everything to do with understanding a hypergeometric distribution. Full Flame, thanks for the 10 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. That's the land for the turn. Orzhov Enforcer still a good rip. Can I still donate for it? If it's a standard deck, sure. If it's a modern deck, my standards have changed for modern, and I'd ask that you resubmit it. I can make sure it's something that I'm still willing to play. Hilarious, Max. Cashing in the 37th month in a row. That's a long time. Welcome, welcome, welcome back. This is the part where they untap, kill my Judith, and then I die, right? I think I've read this book before. Yep. So I'm gonna trade here, and then probably cast down this night. If we hit a land next turn, we might be able to stay in this. Priest isn't terrible. It keeps their 1/1s at bay. Oh, every decision I make gets punished. Alright, sweet. I can't Craving a Night JVL because it has a 1/1 counter on it from the elephant. So if this enters play, it's going to protect the Marshal, which is not ideal for me. So I think I do this, bin these, cast down the Marshal. They'll lose a 1/1. I'll trade with another. I'll chump block here. Maybe I play fast and loose and don't chump block, actually. So once the Dauntless Bodyguard enters play, it just picks something. You don't have a chance to respond what it's picking to then kill it.
Look how far you've come.
Feeling pretty dead. Yeah, the line is double block, Craving a thing. I think we're probably just treading water, though. Really not, like, making any inroads into, like, impacting their board. And, like, they have the Adanto here to, like, nix my priest trigger. Block the token with the priest and moment that. Because I didn't see that line. We're big fans of honesty around here. And usually the answer to why didn't I make the good play is because I missed it. Alright, so this goes away. Let's draw a cast down here in response, shall we? Hey, Ectoban, thanks for the 7 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. I definitely don't think this game is over yet. Is it worth dying to a removal spell to love tap a Johnny? I think it is. This thing can't ult. I can't win if they ult that. Rats. Yes. Yeah, I should have attacked Johnny before sacrificing the token. Yeah, that's a good catch. Yeah, couple of small mistakes there on my part. Could have blocked and momented the 3/3 to eat it with the priest, and then could have attacked a Johnny before activating the priest. I mean, the opponent drew well, but you really can't focus on like what they're doing because like you're never gonna have any control over what comes off the top of their deck, right? So definitely much better to focus on the couple of lines I took. Usually Johnnies are in the sideboard party bus driver. Usually there's 2 copies in the board. Perfect. 2-drop is exactly what I want. I don't think I can mulligan a hand with lands and spells at 6, especially one that has all my colors, so scrying into a 2 so I get to go 2/3 here is ideal. Everlife Reaper for Esper, Omni-Mill. Been playing it a while and it's a hoot. It did. Thanks for the support. Sorry, I missed the pop-up. I really should add a noise to that, so that way I hear it. Does anyone know a site for buying cards that I can just upload a list of cards? So yeah, basically every major vendor should offer that service, Rackway Warrior. Cool Stuff Inc. is the sponsor of my streams, and they definitely have that feature, but I'm pretty sure every major vendor has import deck list feature. Again, kind of showing this game is kind of showing some of the power of the Esper control deck, like just the virtual card advantage that you gain by like, all right, I have this cast down in my deck. I'm like, okay, I have this Orzhov Enforcer that's like not really good here. So the Esper decks get ahead so much just by having this virtual card advantage in these style of matchups. To get all these poopy cards out of my deck that are not very good. Man, the high-pitched ringing on that is kind of tilting. Pew Pew Harmonized, thanks for the 2 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Literally every major vendor has paste deck list. Pretty confident in saying every major vendor. Things they want to make easy to do. You to give them lots of money at once. No fire, no steel intensifies. Yep. This hand's really sweet. It needs to draw some more lands, but having one drop to the Judy Midnight is fantastic. This hand's rancid against Cry of the Canarium, but most of our hands are rancid against that card, so I'm not really sure we can think about mulliganing on the back of it being bad there. Love tap, baby love tap, baby love tap. Do 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 do. We have no more lands now, baby lands now. Do 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 do. Hey, Kazumane, thank you for the 2 months, Kaz. Welcome back. Stupid flat shuffler. The first creature I play here is likely to die. I wonder if there's merit to leading on the Midnight Reaper, because when that dies, it draws us a card, which gets us closer to hitting our 4th land, which is ideal. I'm actually gonna go Reaper Gutterbones here. Rather than Seraph. See if they have a Contempt here or not. So Contempt exiles the creature, so notably its dies trigger doesn't happen, so I don't get to draw a card there, which is unfortunate. This does allow me to diversify my threats a little bit, though, since I was able to put multiple things down now. Whereas if I would have just played Seraph that turn, they would have Contempted it, and then I'd only have a 2/2 in play right now. I'm attacking before I play anything, because if they have a piece of spot removal, they might kill a Gutterbones that would otherwise kill Midnight Reaper. Yep, so Moment of Craving would have killed this if they waited. Yep. Yeah, this is Angrath really sweet in this matchup in this deck, just because we have a lot of things that like need to be exiled or they generate value for us, so we kind of tax their exile effects a little bit. Oh, that's incredibly rude. Oh, I tapped my lands wrong. Dang it. Oh, that's awkward. So if I would have shocked this in, I could have played Gutterbones. That's actually a pretty big deal. It's like a really big deal because they're at 8. It's like multiple attacks that I'm potentially missing now. It's also a blocker that I don't have next turn for Angrath. I've been on mute for almost a week and I didn't know it. Feels good to be able to write and chat again, even though I'm a YouTube watcher and it hardly matters at all. Well, thanks for dropping in off of YouTube to drop off those Beza bucks, blah, blah. It definitely pays my bills, so I appreciate that. Yeah, and like here, they're like, so if I'd have played this Gutterbones last turn, I'd have a blocker for Angrath, even if they got rid of this. So like now if they have like Teferi, yeah. So like now they get to Teferi, kill my Seraph, and I don't have a Gutterbones in play. So that not playing that shock land that turn is likely going to lose me this game.
Make all sail for high and dry.
Kitchen Finks, thanks for the 37 months, Dwight. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Why didn't I play the Priest for that reason? Because there's no guarantee that they have the worst possible case scenario for us, Tom. Like, there's no need to, like, double down on a mistake. Like, if you always play, like, the worst possible case scenario is going to happen, you're going to almost always lose your games of Magic. Alright. Let's,
Hey, that was uncalled for. No time for a break.
Alright, well I have 3 tokens. Scarfed, thanks for the 15 months. Hope you're having a good one. Welcome back. So this game's definitely much closer than it needed to be because I forgot to sequence my lands better. So Teysa's a classic example of a card that I would refer to as a win more magic card. A win more magic card is a card that is only good when you're already ahead. And if a card's only good when you're ahead, you generally don't need to be playing it. Oh, I'm getting so punished for my sequencing in these games. So when Teysa's ability is relevant, it means that, like, you're sacrificing things, and you have all these other things going on. It's like, well, if you have all these other things that are going on that make Teysa good, you probably should be winning anyways. Is there Wrath in my future, or what do we got going on here? Is this Mortify into Kaya's Wrath? Because if they don't have Wrath... Oh, they have Cry of the Canarium. Really? Okay. This game is much closer than it otherwise needed to be because of my Shockland mistake. We still have a chance here, but we're definitely further behind than we otherwise would be if I'd have played better. Oh, and I guess I'm actually going to take 2 extra points of damage here, because I should have played this out last turn, because I need 4 black this turn. I don't think I want to play out this Hunted Witness. I think 5 points of power is fine here. Playing this out didn't meaningfully increase the clock. Like, 5 and 6 points are still... Alright, Cry probably means we're done for. I don't know that we have recovery mechanic from this point. It's pretty impressive how close we got, considering my mistake that lost me the Angrath. Like, the Angrath 10 out of 10 would have vaulted this game if I hadn't messed up. If they do Esper things and flood out here, we could kill them, but pretty unlikely to win from here.
We need to move quickly.
And this is what makes Magic such a difficult game to get better at, too, because it's like, it's very easy to look at a game like this and go, oh, my opponent drew their Lyra, and they draw their Wrath, and they drew their Cry at the perfect time, when, like, in reality, the thing I have to, like, look back on is go, oh, on turn 6, I forgot to shock in my land, which gave me 1 less blocker, which then allowed them to kill my Angrath, which then meant my Angrath couldn't snowball and win the game and deny them card advantage. So, like, that one decision just, like, rolled all the way down the hill and ultimately caused me to not be successful there. Hey, Gearhart, welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Hope you're having a fantastic start to your week. Hey, Ann, good games. Good luck on the rest of your ladder matches today. You know, it's funny. When my opponent played the second forest, it was like, oh, mono green. Orzhov Enforcer is really good against mono green. Not good against that one. Not good against that one. This card's like almost unblockable against us. Enforcer is excellent against this one, though. Sign me up. Alright, so need to hit that untapped land next turn so we can jam Seraph before the Steel Leaf Champion runs us all the way down into the ground. Cast down would also do. They're gonna play a 12-12 and we're gonna die. Don't Galta me, bro. Well, shoot. Alright. Alrighty. Well, Super Slink. Thank you for the 6 months. Welcome back. The champion's got that, like, hidden line of text, kinda. Because Judy pings aren't gonna happen that turn, Chalky. They're not gonna attack in a way that makes Judith ping anything. Am I dead? I think I'm exactly dead, right? This is actually exactly lethal. It tramples for 4. Or for 8. I can put this here and put this here. And then I take 6, 7. Right? Yeah, this is right. Triggers. I can't, if you go back and watch the combat step, Sunshine, we talk through why I had to put both enforcers on Galta. I had to put 6 toughness in front of Galta. Yeah, this being hexproof protects it from Judith killing it, unfortunately. I have another Enforcer here. I'd love to draw a buddy land so I can go Tithe Taker plus Enforcer. Badale, thank you for the quarter for your support. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Basic will also do in a pinch. All right, chat. So you're saying there's a chance. That's all I really need, chat. Take a chance on me. Games like this are the ones where the black-white aristocrats I've been playing, and I might actually change this after this match, We'll probably have time for one more after this. I've been playing 2 Lyras in my main deck. Having a main deck way to gain life has been invaluable in my experience. Top deck's Hornet Sting. Stop it. I still have trauma from the last time that happened. Do we have to pay 3 during our turn to activate Nullhide? I don't know. Activated abilities. Your opponents must pay 1 more to activate activated abilities. When did that happen? In the Mono Red Frenzy League, we got Hornet stung to death. They have a collision here. They have a fight spell. I bet they have a fight spell. Yeah, and then, unfortunately, we're dead here because none of our tokens can block Steel Leaf Champion. I would like Mortify. I think I want Lyra. Midnight Reaper's pretty bad against aggro. Maybe I want a couple of Reapers for the card advantage. Tithe Taker's kind of mediocre here. I'm going to split the difference on these. Friday it happened, Tom. Or no, Wednesday. Wednesday was when there was downtime. Wednesday. Whiskey Dingo, checking in for the 15th month. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. I'm going to leave this back, so if they want to attack with Pelt Collector, I'm okay trading these off, I think. It's interesting. I wonder if the viewer count bump we have today is leftover hype from the Invitational this past weekend. This is the one part where having sub-only chat enabled is awkward. So people can't tell me if they're new viewers popping in for the first time after watching the Invitational this past weekend. It'll be interesting to see how big events like that with a lot of viewership snowball into Magic Twitch in general. Land. Marty just needs to gift everyone subs so they can. Oh, Lava Coil's such a good rip here. If they didn't have a way to take Judy off the table, Gutterbones would be able to trade with Steel Leaf Champion, which would be absurd. Y'all need to calm down. They just love you, Marty. I think I'm going to be conservative here and just cast down this Steel Leaf Champion. Have a good one, Bloodbath. Oh, right. I forgot that that pumps up the rest of their dorks. Should have waited on that, probably. That's a 4/4. Seraph going to be pretty reasonable here. Another Judith would be pretty good too, honestly. Huh. Midnight Reaper, probably too much of a liability to play out here. Probably want to get Seraph down first so I have better blocks. They attack with everything right now. I have like Trade. They have another Lava Coil. We're probably done for here. Honestly, Collision Colossus is pretty bad for us, too. I bet there's a collision in my future here. I bet there's a collision in my future. Yeah, that's exactly correct, Haswald. Not worrying about top 1,000 means I can just play everything on the ladder. I think my content's better when I have the flexibility to like make changes midstream. So, I think it's been worse trying to play things in the events as opposed to playing them on the ladder. I think we're probably dead here, huh? Maybe Enforcer keeps us alive. The Spindite Reaper's completely dead. You can't mine gold that way. The people paying me to play the decks are kind of paying me to mine gold as is. I'm gonna give this one more try, but I feel like overall, like, we keep having these really close games against these aggro decks, and I just can't help but wonder, like, these games that are against aggro that are, like, really close, would we be coming out ahead if I, like, wasn't taking 2 to 4 extra points from my mana base? Is that what's pushing it over the top? The TLDR, Gengar, is that trying to get into the top 1,000 of the ladder is highly volatile. It only really matters at the end of the season. And it's like doing well in a regular Magic tournament, basically. Like, it's incredibly high variance, and that your run at the end is the only thing that matters. I found it very frustrating, so rather than be frustrated again with it in the future, I'm just not going to worry about it. I lost 5 games in a row at the end to make it versus not make it. Like, needed to win 1 more game to lock it up. Lost that one, lost the next 4, and was just done because there was no time left. It's like, well, this was a waste of my effort from the rest of the season. Just not pleasant. Maybe I'm supposed to attack with Gutterbones first there, so that way, cause they're probably not going to shock Gutterbones until they know what I'm playing for the turn, because I might want to, like, shock a Priest. Yeah, I think there's a good chance I missed 2 points of damage by playing the Priest pre-combat. Huh. I'm gonna go attack for 2 Enforcer plus tapped land. How much do you get pushed down in ranking at the top of the ladder with other people winning their games? At the end of last season, when I was trying to figure out if I should play or wait, at one point I was losing multiple ranks per minute at the end of the season as the final hours were counting down. Like, I was ranked like 600 at one point, and I was losing enough ranks per minute that in the few hours left between the end of the season, that if it kept up or slowed down even a little bit, I would have missed the top 1,000. I mean, like we've talked about on stream, right? Like, before Teacup, Magic's just got a lot of variance in it, and like, when you're connecting any amount of what you're trying to accomplish to winning in Magic, it becomes very frustrating very quickly. Because there are more than enough games where, like, none of your decisions are meaningful and there was nothing you could do, that, like, if you're tying any amount of how you feel to your results, you're going to feel like crap. Judith has been a lava coil magnet today, you're not wrong. That being said, this entire deck is full of creatures you kind of like need the lava coil, so I don't know if that's necessarily a good reason to cut her. I would like to draw a card, please. Alright, we play on. Judy! Seraph! Priest. Deal. Deal. In. In for a priest. Priest plus Midnight Reaper is unfair. A daily update command. That just sounds like something that's going to get wasted some amount of the time, Troll. I'm like, a lot of times I add things midstream, so it's just like another thing to update. So like, there's a number of things that it's like, well, that sounds nice, but like, in practicality, it's going to get missed or be awkward. So, I can't priest them on their turn, which kind of sucks here. I think I just go Seraph, Priest, Pass. This is up to, right? Any number of target players. So I can activate this and just choose not to pick them to draw extra cards. Because Grul's Spellbreaker gives them hexproof. There's enough of this deck that's not humans that I don't think that's worthwhile. And we have lots of black and white spells that aren't humans. Weird that they forgot to activate this last turn, which is a big deal. Interesting on the no attack. So let's do this. And And let's do this. Okay, so this forces that. And then we're gonna double priest this turn. I think we're actually about to grind them into the dirt here. Man, Judith would be an absurd draw, and we get 3 draws here. Tantrum tries hard. Thank you for the 10-month resub. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. And I am putting myself in a bad position against a copy of Chain Whirler off the top here, but I don't think we're in a position to beat Chain Whirler, so I'm not going to play around it. Thunk. Country roads take me home to the place I belong, West Virginia, casting down now, Phoenix eggs, do-do-do, 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 ha! And Angrath plus Priest of the Forgotten Gods is kind of a spicy meatball in this matchup, huh? That seems like not the Stone Cold bratwurst. I want to trim at least 2 Midnight Reapers here. I think gumming up on that card would be bad in this matchup. I think I'm going to trim the Tithe Takers. Alright, let's do it. That's true, Navier. Angrath can also just, like, be a game steal off the top, though. Like, he can, like, on a stall board like that, he can, like, grab their only flying blocker and then kill them. You're right, though. It could be an example of trying to... It could be an example of trying to maximize when I'm already winning. This is an excellent Hearthstone hand. Unfortunately, this is Magic the Gathering, so I'm going to go ahead and mulligan. I love the idea of stealing someone's creature and sacrificing them to your own rotten deeds. Thank you for the biddies, oh my god. Hope you're having a fantastic Monday. You are not a third land, so let's bottom. Cast down. Rats. Alright, well, if we draw lands 3-4 on time, the Shund! Thank you for the tip. Good morning. Good afternoon. Gosh, it's 2 o'clock already. Man, it really, I can always tell how good the decks we've played in a given day are based on how quickly the day goes. Like, I genuinely didn't realize it was 2 o'clock. I was like, oh, well, that's definitely not morning anymore. I don't think we're in Kansas anymore. Probably Dead to Rights missing a land drop here. Rude. Alright, punk me, baby. The oldies have another one? They probably have a second one, huh? Yeah, it's the reason to offer that trade. And for my next trick... Yikes. I don't think I'm quite at chump blocking yet. If I draw a land, I can Judy. Is it bad that the card that excites me the most is Dovin Feeder? You are a terrible person and should feel bad. We bumped the party bus up. Definitely Black Rabbit. Thanks for keeping me around. Well, this is where the magic happens, chap. RV Classic, Hoaglandia fashion. Our 5-drop is not a land. Ah, the bus load plans. How much for a stream where you sing the whole time? That's probably just not feasible. I don't like to agree to things that I don't think I'm capable of doing. Like to only make promises I can keep. That's true. It could be like a short musical special. No, oh. My water is trying to kill me. That's very prudent from a legal standpoint. No, I think I was happy with 3 clicks, Seth. I think I was happy with 3 clicks. Hey, Tom, long time no see. For the love of God, fix that Clifftop Retreat. Will do, Tom. This terrible, ugly Clifftop Retreat. The musical episode. I feel like I've been doing this show, so what? I've been streaming full time for a little over a year now. We're probably due for a musical episode, huh? Which leak/spoil cards do you think we'll see play in Modern or Legacy? I don't think I've seen any so far that'll make too much of an impact there. Legacy tends to require very specific cards, and Modern's a very fast and brutal format. Like, maybe the new card could see some amount of play in the War Prison deck, but even that's still pretty narrow. I haven't seen any of the cards that spoiled today for reference, so if people are referencing cards that were spoiled today that they think are going to see play, very possible. I don't know. I'm sure there's some backwards case scenario where whatever strict upgrade you think was printed gets used against you by a Mindslaver, making it not a strict upgrade. Woof. Oh, I'm not going to be able to put full control mode on, am I? Can I put a stop there? All right. Woof. Delta, thank you for the 7 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Oh, you know what? I guess with the token I saw lethal. Maybe it's possible I punted here. So I should have put all the damage to them, because this actually puts a second creature in my opponent's graveyard, which means Kroll Harpooner now kills Lyra. And if I hadn't killed this Growth Chamber Guardian, this would survive Kroll Harpooner. Also, if I would have sent all the damage upstairs, my opponent would have been forced to block my Lyra instead of being able to chump block my token here. So if this would have done 1 more damage up there, Lyra would have killed their dragon there. It's a pretty big mistake on my part. So like their dragon would be dead right now, and they'd be at like 2 or 3. Sorry, their dragon would be dead. Their dragon would be forced to block Lyra, not trade if I said trade. But I would have forced to block. So I gave them more outs to be able to kill my angel, and I put them in a position like this where they get to keep their Hellkite. So both of those are mistakes. Yep, look, there's the Harpooner we talked about. Oh, interesting. Okay. Rackway Warrior, thank you for the 7 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Your wording was fine. You said 4-stroke. Okay, it's like I didn't think I messed up, but they do not know about the one in my hand. It is a little weird, in my opinion, that they didn't kill the Lyra. Priest. Death touch creature. Let's do it. Let's do it, and do it, and do it, and do it again. Yes, Kroll Harpooner does beat First Strike. So First Strike is kind of this weird point from a rules perspective, in that First Strike, there is just a different part of combat damage that only happens when First Strike is present. So First Strike doesn't always say this thing doesn't always hit first. It just happens first. It happens in a different part of combat. All right, we had a donation to unugly our Clifftop Retreat upgrade. Hey Darzin, thank you for the 3 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. I do think this Chupacabra here is probably a little bit silly. I'm gonna go ahead and cut this, and I'm gonna move Lyra into the main deck, I think. At least one. Yeah, maybe 2. I think I'm gonna trim. I think I want a 25th land in here. I think I want a 25th land. How many black sources are in here? We've got 15, 16, 17. There's probably an extra Clifftop Retreat. Yeah, the googly eyes are the MTGA. The MTGA, what you call it? Moment of Spyglass on the board as the last card. You could trim Judith and the red cards. If you wanted to see a purely white version, black-white version of the Aristocrats, I recommend checking out the deck list on my website. We've played a ton of that. This specifically is a configuration that someone donated for to see Judith splashed in here, which, in her defense, Judith has been useful and relevant in a number of situations today. I'm not sure if the power level we're gaining from her is worth the inconsistency we're adding to the mana base, but she definitely hasn't been useless. Bob Gone Bad with the Twitch Prime support. Howdy, howdy, welcome. Hope you're having a fantastic Monday. Would you look at that? My opponent has registered the powerful Magic the Gathering card Zerta Goblin. We are still in sub-only chat. I think today's extra high too, because Mondays are always my highest day of the week, even before we were in sub-only chat. I think there's probably some residual hype from the Invitational that happened this past weekend. Champion IRL, checking in for the 3rd month in a row. Thank you very much and welcome back. Thanks for keeping me employed here. And Nibar, thank you for the 2-month resub. Hope you're having a fantastic Monday, folks. Oh, that was not smart, chat. That is not one of my brighter moments. You should make Lyra even prettier. Will do, Corel. Thanks for the biddies. Whoopsie. Should have played a second priest. You do a better job explaining what you do than most streamers. Well, thanks, Bob. I appreciate it. Thanks for keeping me around so I can still be here. Keep the sub-only chat. We like it. Yeah, I don't think the sub-only chat's going anywhere. Pretty confident that's going to be here to stay. Have you noticed a bump in your sub count after sub-only chat? No, not strictly speaking. Sub count's always pretty volatile, to be honest. Like, especially like January, February, we were like had the beard goal and stuff. Like it's not uncommon for my sub count to swing, I don't know, hundreds or thousands of points month to month. I'm not blocking because Goblin Chain Whirler. Thanks, Bushoes. So this is relevant. So I get to Judith here. And then again, if I'd have had this priest in play already, I'd be in a much better spot. So my miscounting the number of cards in my hand ended up being a big deal. So I get to do this, sacrifice these two, which then lets me shoot this and them. So like Judith with priest here does let you plow through tokens in a way you just normally wouldn't be able to. I haven't played a land yet this turn. How do you feel about Shock play Seraph? I think I like that. And then next turn, if they don't have a Lava Coil, I get to play Lyra and gas my health total back up. Which, again, Lyra just looking excellent here in the main deck. Just having a little bit of way to buffer our health total goes a really long way in this archetype in my experience. Hey, Nibar. Well, thanks. Hope you're having a good Monday at work. Lyra will be much happier after this match because someone paid to give her an upgrade. She'll be pretty just like Seraph. I loved the artwork on this card before it was 3D and moved. How do we feel about blocking here? I think I like blocking. I don't want to, like, get burned out by mistake, basically. That's what it comes down to. Hey, Scooter. Thanks for the Prime. Hope you're having a fantastic start to your week. Yeah, I think that was kind of a build our own adventure book at that point, right? Like most roads were heading in the direction of Rome there. Mortify and Kaya in for sure. I don't know where I sit on Angrath here. I'm going to bring one in, but maybe not both. I think I like that. I don't think this is a Moment of Craving matchup. It's really good against Growth Chamber Guardian, but we're kind of okay at gumming up the board against Growth Chamber Guardian anyways. Maybe it's worth it to have Moment on the draw just because it's good against Growth Chamber. Owain, keep up the great content. Glad to be a member of Hoaglandia. Of course. Thank you for the third of a year. Thanks for keeping me here. Why Sticks? Thanks for the quarter of a year. Welcome back. I like reporting it to Twitch when I can because bug hunting. God bless, Scooter. Shav! Thanks for the 3/4 of a year. I think I'm supposed to keep this. I don't know. Looking at a hand like this makes me think maybe leaving in any amount of Midnight Reapers is greedy, because like taking a bunch of damage from these shocklands and like playing Midnight Reaper against an aggro deck kind of is awkward. Awesome, Breezy. Yeah, I do all of my streaming of Arena from a Linux computer, so it runs pretty well through Wine. The only issue is the auto updater, and I'm told that doesn't work that well on Windows either. So there's two new edicts, right? There's like a red-black edict that has modes, and there's a diabolic edict upgrade. I should probably take 5 and like pull the spoiler up, huh? Is that interesting content? Is that something I should do? Or should we just play games of Magic? Really have a good block here. I think I just let this happen. Second Midnight Reaper, making me continue to regret my decision to leave 2 in. We need some hot takes we can make fun of in a month. Yeah, basically. That's basically it, right? Alright, if they attack here, I'm going to trade very aggressively. I would love to draw 4 cards and clear your board. Whee! Pretty sure I just want to kill this and then play a 1-drop. That combat there makes me think that leaving in a couple of Midnight Reapers is very reasonable. While I don't think I ever really want to see 2 Midnight Reapers in most of these games, like being able to have a super profitable combat trade like that where I go up on cards afterwards seems exactly what we want to be doing. Midnight Reaper is a really big part of what makes this archetype tick. Oh, geez, they're playing Pelt Collector and Chain Whirler. How incredibly greedy. I'm just gonna preserve my health total here. I'd love to draw a land so I can kill this chip with Swirly Boy. Some people have never evaluated cards in a spoiler, and it's a good education to kind of show them. Well, the best education when it comes to trying to evaluate cards during the spoiler season, in my opinion, is don't. One of the things you'll see me do differently when I'm talking about spoilers inside of spoiler season, a lot of other people don't do, is I don't really like to build decks during spoiler season and more talk about just like what could be neat, maybe. Like, I like to look at things from like a design space perspective and not talk about things in a power level perspective. Potato, thanks for the 2 months. It's really just impossible to know how things are going to shake out. Like, so much of the format can change on just 1 or 2 new powerful cards being introduced that, like, predicting the future on it is very difficult. Especially when it comes to what's essentially a new card type in these planeswalkers that have static abilities. One of your finest Goblin Chain Whirlers, please. And, like, part of me thinks that maybe I should cave and just throw out a bunch of hot takes. It's like sideboard guides. For a long time, I refused to write sideboard guides because I really hate them. But they're like lazy, low-hanging fruit, and people love to read sideboard guides. So, like, I write sideboard guides now. I even let people pay me to write them for specific decks because it's easy money and it's things that people want to click on. So maybe I should just go the same way with spoiler content, because it is very easy clicks. My poor little spirit. I left the spirit back there in case my opponent had like a Scraggan Hellkite or a haste creature. Canarus, thank you for the 7 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. The Bazaar is a digital card game that the CEO of Tempo Storm is working on. Reynad. Hey, Top Toad, thanks for the biddies. The Noodle, that is the Noodles game. Rude, I like Angrath. Ram a new course free. Alright, Angrath. Calm down, Angrath. Love tap, baby, love tap. Do 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 do. Okie doke. So if I take this hit, I go to 7, and then next turn they have to block, and they can't block Judith, which means the Phoenix has to get through. And if they block here, this dies. They take 5. They go to, I think they're dead with the no blocks here, right? Because this represents 2 points of damage. Yeah, that makes this super easy, right? Actually, no, I want them to trade, right? I want them to trade, because, like, they block here, they take 5, 6 from the trigger, 7, 8 on the second Judith, right? Okay, and they block here, they take 6, 7, 8. They block here, this Judith trigger kills them. Yeah, so I don't want to cast down because their Phoenix trading means they die to the second Judith. The bird leaves an egg behind that can block. Yeah, that's another line. We could cast down the Phoenix, play the second Judith. Judith does one upstairs and one here. That would work too. Oh, as we just went through all the permutations there, every permutation ends with them dying, chat. That's true. That's true. I agree with that, Frost. From a business perspective, combing through spoilers could incentivize build rounds. All roads lead to lethal. Yep. Alright, we had a very generous cheer to upgrade a Lyra, so let's do that. And maybe we'll play one more. I really like these Aristocrat style decks. Alright, I'm going to run to the restroom really quick, and when I get back, we're going to play one more match with this deck, and then we're going to peek through some of the highlights on the spoilers. Yeah, I'm just gonna pull up Scryfall, look no numbers. If you're not familiar with Scryfall, you should be. They are great. This hand. This hand's actually a little bit awkward. Because I can't go 1, 2, 3. I think I still keep it, especially on the draw. Do I have a favorite archetype or an archetype that I don't like to play? In general, I prefer aggressively slanted mid-range decks are my preferred playstyle. The deck boxes do in fact have googly eyes for April Fools. That's incredibly annoying. I probably want to kill that, right? I probably want to kill that. Nah, that's just too much to stay organized, Chalky. The forum is there for organizational purposes. Without the forum, we're just animals beating on our chests. How do I tell Watsy I want to keep my googly eyes? Dang it, Watsy, give me a price to make the googly eyes permanent. Take my money. Yeah, magic-related links are relevant. K. Mueller. The chat policy regarding links is really easy. Act like an adult, you'll be treated like an adult. Act like a child, you'll be treated like a child. I would like my Gutterbones back, please. Thank you. If they attack with Jade Light, I'm going to trade with Tithe Taker here. No blocks. What if I act like a plant? I want to leave up a white-black land here. So this way, in case I draw a white or black 1-drop, I can cast it. I'm going to attack both of these into here. I don't care if they eat Hunted Witness for free because I get to draw a card that way. Rogue, thank you for the 3 months. I appreciate it. Welcome back. How long before we're back in Mythic? I have no idea. We are... After last season ended in frustration and disappointment with the end of season ladder volatility, I don't really plan to... I don't really plan to put a lot of work into... We're just going to play everything on the ladder, which probably means it's going to take us a while to get Mythic. I don't, because I don't really care. What happened at the end of last season? I decided to play Magic and lost 5 matches in a row, so I didn't make it. Well, that was a good top deck. That was a good top deck. No, I did not end up in the top 1,000. At one point at the end of the season, I was dropping multiple ranks per minute. So I decided to play one more game because I needed to be able to win one more to guaranteed make it. And then I proceeded to lose 5 in a row and be out of time. That's just how it goes sometimes. I think I just swap Angrath for Lyra here. Seems reasonable. Maybe I want some Mortify just because Hostage Taker is really annoying. And I definitely think it made my content worse having to, like, switch off between the ladder and the events last season. So I'm just going to focus on making good content. The events are mostly meaningless anyways. Like, being in the top 1,000 would just qualify me for a thing that then qualifies you for the thing that finally qualifies you for the thing. So, like... You know, this is what it is. Maybe all these cards that are going to give things flash, Roy, means that they're setting up to ban Wilderness Reclamation. One can only hope. Please, for the love of God, ban that uncommon. Watching this spoiler season that started so far, I am incredibly sad that the Pro Tour for this set, or Mythic Championship for this set, is modern. Really kind of sad we're not going to get a standard PT for this format. Priest plus Midnight Reapers is a good start here. My Midnight Reaper would like to draw 2 cards. Would you like to oblige? Rats. Thanks, Pew Pew. I appreciate it. Thanks for taking the time to write something positive. Hope you're having a great Monday. I think we do this and then attack with both of these. Probably see this trade happen here. Oh, please block. Please block. This is the part where they read Judith and then don't block. Yeah, rats. Hey, Maestro. Thanks for the 3rd of a year. Welcome back. 1/4 of a year. Fractions, you know? Maybe this gets them low enough that Judy can burn them out. I'm also incredibly sad that they're doing Modern Horizons and then not doing a Modern Pro Tour for Modern Horizons. It seems like such a weird decision. Like, why wouldn't they have a Modern Pro Tour for the set that's focused on Modern? I don't know. I'm gonna stop now before I make myself annoyed. Timmytron, thank you for the 2-month resub, by the way. Hope you're having a good one. If you finish in the top 1,000, you qualify for a tournament that qualifies you for a tournament that qualifies you for another tournament. Yo, dog. Crush, thanks for the 4-month resub. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Just, like, don't really have great lines here, huh? I guess we just, like, hope they don't have a removal spell for Priest, is the line. Priest plus Judy kills them very quickly. But good chance with 7 cards in their hand that that's not going to work out in our favor. Yeah, could be finality here. Could be multiple removal spells. Good lord. That is not what I was expecting. Yikes. That's brutal. I don't know that we're going to be able to keep up with that one. Sometimes they want it more than you do. And that's okay. Dunk, dunk, dunk. Yeah, the Memorial was the only reason I haven't conceded yet. Champion, thanks for the 3 months. Welcome back. I appreciate the support. For people mentioning Judith and winning, I'd encourage you to read Judith. Reaper B, thanks for the 3 months. I appreciate it. Welcome back. Please be dead. Please be dead. Judith doesn't trigger when tokens die, chat. For people wondering why we didn't pick up Judith there, Judith doesn't trigger when tokens die. She does actual nothing on that board aside from maybe deal 1 point of damage when she dies. She makes the tokens larger, but she does not give us a damage when they die. I don't know if Honor Guard's good. I have Honor Guard in the straight black-white build, but that's mostly because you like don't have a lot of other cards that are fantastic. I want to be greedy and keep this on the draw. If we had a second land, it's real good. Ding, ding, ding. In general, my experience playing this archetype against Sultai, at least with the black-white build, is that the black-white build seems to be heavily favored and able to grind out the Sultai deck with some consistency. Obviously, this build's a little bit different, and maybe Tecatli Honor Guard is part of what helps the black-white build grind, but this was a viewer-submitted deck list like a lot of the decks that we play, and the person who sent it in originally did not include a copy of the card Tecatli Honor Guard, so I'm mostly playing what they sent in. I think I just let this exile happen, because I can just trade in combat here. I draw one less card overall, but I guarantee get the Jade Light Ranger out of play. These draws allow me to propel myself into these angels here, hopefully. Like if they don't have removal for Seraph, and then if they don't have removal for Lyra, like they get behind very quickly. Yeah, someone commented it looked like they were playing Bant Pod. It does, in fact, look that way. Beast Whisper is interesting. I'm just going to take the hit from this. We're going to play this Lyra next turn and just gain infinite. The old 10-point swing, your move. Be interesting to see if they have much gas left in the tank after this Beast Whisper. Doesn't look like it. Evasive threats are really good. It's like these are my giant monsters. Enjoy. Definitely want Mortify against the Vanafear deck. This top end seems fine. They don't have a ton of scary things that necessarily attack, so maybe Enforcer. How do you feel about Cast Down versus Mortify? I feel like I'd rather have Cast Down, huh? Actually, Tithe Taker might not be amazing here. Let's trim those. Let's do that, actually. 3 Takers for 3 Mortifies. What are your thoughts on the idea of static ability of Planeswalker? I think it's great. One of the things that they have to do, and they continue successfully doing in Magic, is innovating and improving on the design space that they have. Like, you know, one of the reasons why Magic is so successful, you know, 25 years later, is that the design team continues to, like, pump out these new and interesting mechanics that are all still within the rules of Magic. So stapling static effects onto the Planeswalkers is a great way to continue pushing that envelope a little bit. I also think Planeswalkers in general, the downtick Planeswalkers in general, if you think about it, the Planeswalkers in a lot of way are like enchantments that you can attack. So like in many ways, stapling these static effects onto Planeswalkers is a lot like making them enchantments that are just easier to interact with. Which I think is good. Again, like, the best games in Magic are the ones that tend to be incredibly interactive. So giving these enchantment style effects another axis of interaction I think is valuable. I'm gonna run the no blocks here and hope to hit a land so I can Midnight Reaper. Swing and a miss. Nah, I don't think I care about Vaynefer enough to Spyglass it. Well, Magic already kind of has 6 colors, so there are cards in some of Magic's older expansions that are colorless matters cards. So, in a way, we already kind of have that. There's basic lands in my mana base, right? Whew! Just a couple. No, I've not gone over spoilers yet. We're gonna do that after I finish this, this match. Vivian, not super worried about that one. In fact, I'll probably just mortify their merfolk and then smush her. Alright, I think that means I want a Midnight Reaper and then smash. Because now if they want to keep her alive, I get to draw 2 cards. And, like, otherwise I'm missing a land drop here, so giving myself 2 shots to the Black Source and play this Gutterbones here seems good, too. Should have been more specific, chat. Should have been more specific. That's the Black Source. Silly Hogland, thinking he knew what he wanted, but not talking about it. Right, feels like we're in a pretty commanding position here. We get to kill this, we get to play another Gutterbones, we get to take Viv off the table, knock them to 13. How do you know when abilities on a creature are affected by summoning sickness? Like land where else takes a turn before you can use the mana. All abilities that have a tap on them are impacted by summoning sickness. So Judith's abilities, none of them require her to tap, so they're just what we refer to as a static effect. So they start happening as soon as we play her. Playing a bunch of clicks felt good today, Noah. I think I was happy with the configuration that we played. Think we're done here. Yeah, they know it. Huh. This is a tough nut for me to evaluate. I don't know if the Judith was worthwhile. I like this core is very similar to the black-white Aristocrats core that I've played a bunch. It kind of splashed in Judith as another 3-drop. One takeaway is that Orzhov Enforcer is pretty reasonable. This might be a card that I want to explore in my black-white shell a little bit. Xanius, thanks for the biddies. And Starek, good games. Good luck in the rest of your matches today. Hopefully run a little bit hotter than there. So, my gut says to me that I'd rather just have clean mana and not splash this. Like, not taking a bunch of damage from your mana really makes Midnight Reaper better. And, like, the fact that we have a bunch of shock lands puts you into some awkward spots with this cards at certain points. And it feels like one of the really powerful things this archetype is doing is leveraging this. Now, once this actually gives us a good bridge into the War of the Spark spoilers. So this, potentially in a shell like this or something along these lines, we have, let me position this nicely. This is a card that was spoiled today that we referred to kind of a Blood Artist style effect. So this type of card in conjunction with Judith could be extra powerful, like having the double up on on things dying and getting a trigger. However, the flip side of that too is if we get this effect or effect similar to Judith without needing red mana, maybe you just don't need to splash red because you like have a similar effect already. Is something to consider. This does also trigger on tokens as well, which is a really big deal. That is an astute observation. That's an important difference.